guys doing? I hope you're doing fabulous. I'm super stoked. I get to go see my Aries friend next weekend. I love her and she's awesome. You guys are awesome. This reading is for the Pisces full moon coming up on September 2nd. So whoa, your cards are like already trying to flip. I'm sorry, I'm off camera. Hang on, not ready yet. The deck is ready. It said we're ready. I'm ready. Just getting like SpongeBob, like I'm ready. This is for the Pisces full moon coming up September 2nd. We're just going to see like what this energy is bringing through for you guys to see what's going on. Ooh, oh. Wow. Sorry, Aries. I had to like okay. That was weird. Like, okay, right off the bat, it was just straight up like kids, children, and then it took me to this word down here, which is probably it's beakers, most likely. You know, what language is that? Hang on. I'm not exactly sure which language that would be in. Actually, it should tell me in here on my little thing. I don't know why it's got me searching for that. Okay, and something just tapped my knee. It's got me searching for a reason. Because this deck has several different languages on it, so it's wanting me to bring that up. Okay, so there's Italian, which is yeah. Okay, there's Italian. I know there's Spanish. This is German. So that's either, and then there's French over here. So this is either like Danish or like, I don't know. I don't know. It wants me to bring that up. Okay, there's something about some foreign languages in here too. Something about kids. I feel like some of you guys are teachers. Some of you guys are teaching kids how to speak English, or you're teaching kids who are from foreign countries, or there's something here about children in foreign countries and foreign languages or something. Coming right out the gate. It's kind of talking about like immigrant kids. I feel like what's coming through is almost like a little calling, like you're hearing a little calling about kids, about other countries, kind of like about the world in general. It's like you just really hear and are reflecting, because this is all about like nostalgia and reflection and stuff too. It's like you are, okay, Spirit, it just mentioned, right, like all the Save the Children campaigns. That's what I mean. There's a lot of stuff here where it's like you are just waking up to the vulnerability of children and people in the world, all over the world, in all different languages, all different countries, and you're just like really pausing and reflecting on it all. So that, man, like what a little beautiful message to come out for you, Aries. Like it's heavy in the sense of like we got a lot going on in this world right now, so I can totally understand where it's coming from, but like, woo, how interesting. It was pointing out this too, as in I said beakers at first. There's like the science thing. That's what I mean. There's some things here about school, about kids, about learning, about teaching, about paying attention to things all over the world. You're just really reflecting on all of this. Just said 4. Sorry if you can hear my own child and family shuffling around in the background. Yeah, hello. What I just said, like literally what I just said. And I didn't even, I kind of meant to throw the card, but not like that. That's what I mean. It's like, this is the truth bomb right here. Like you really feel this calling to you. It's like you can hear the whole world kind of calling and talking to you. Nice. It also just kind of brought up the fact that if you've been also going through spiritual awakening cycles, it's like you can literally hear the cries of the world Sometimes, like, you can do, if you're an empath, you can just feel these things. Like, it can get very intense in that emotional regard, because you just really feel these things, and that is your truth that you're waking up to. This is the idea that you're literally waking up to. You're like, oh my gosh, I can hear and sense and feel for all these people and all these situations and all these things, and I need to do something about it. Or like, this, it feels like my calling, this feels like my truth, this feels like something that, yes, like, right, like, lift up the sword, let's go, hi ho. Like, there's like a whole bunch of that in here. There's a tremendous amount of idea, and it's like one big idea, right? But it's like a tremendous amount of ideas are coming to you, and you're just like really feeling this. You know exactly what this is that is just calling to you, and it's coming out big, bold, and strong. Like, you know exactly what this is. And Aries, you are the first sign of the zodiac too, and this is a number 1. This isn't technically like an Aries energy card, but I'm just gonna say that with this red back here too, it's like, that's what I mean. This is like your strength. Like, you guys are the first ones out the gate. Your fire energy. You're just like, this is my calling. This is what I'm doing. This is my truth. Here we go. Done. Yeah, this 7 of Swords is like, right, having to make some very decisive decisions. A traditional 7 Swords is very much about standing up for what you believe in. And I'm sorry, my kid is like literally in the closet in his room, rooting around right next to my room. So if you can hear all of that, I apologize. A little cold breeze just came up on my left side for you guys here. That's what I mean. It's like having to give a little bit of a cold shoulder, having to defend what you believe in. For some reason, every time I see this card, all these ladies right here, it always says like, I need to lay these hoes to rest, like that Cardi B song. So there's a little bit of that too. And that's what I mean about like fighting for what you believe in. It's like there are clearly, no matter what subject you pick these days, there are multiple sides and like conspiracy theories and like all kinds of stuff to everything. And that's what it feels like you're really cutting down and slaying, is like all of this misinformation, or all of these people who are not standing in line with your belief systems, all of these people who are not standing up and doing these things, or, you know, or just like, you are feeling so defensive, both like defensive of yourself emotionally and mentally, and having to defend your mind space. But most importantly, what you're defending is this truth that you feel, and the truth that you feel has everything to do with these kids and this, all these cultures, and like just kind of the world in general. And that's what I mean. It's like you are really, it feels like you're really trying to help make the world a better place, and in the process you gonna lay these hoes to rest kind of deal. But this doesn't feel like anything about anyone in particular. This is a kind of, it feels like kind of like the world in general. Like you just cutting some things out and following certain truths, and couldn't just not dealing with certain things anymore. Yep, look at that swords. This is all up in your mind, all up in your mind space, but it feels really good. You are making some major transitions and stuff, moving on to new ideas, and that's part of this too. This is what I mean. This is spirit just saying like you're in the middle of this transition. This is a transition that is happening within your mind space. This is something that is leading you to this purpose. Some of these swords are pointing back this way, and some of these swords are pointing this way. So you might feel like you're kind of being pulled in 2 directions right now. But that's what I mean. It's like kind of like it just gave me how like the winds kind of have multiple currents, and they blow you in all kinds of different directions. If you're on this sailboat, it's like the same thing. It's like a straight line isn't always the actually straightest path for you to achieve your goals. Sometimes you got to go on a bit of a winding path, and you got to take some side trips, and you got to do some other things. And just tap this. Interesting. There is a little paw print, like a little white paw print in my thing over here. It just says something about like a trail. Kind of, it just gave me Balto. It just gave me Balto. Like how Balto and his whole sled of the whole team of sled dogs, they have to transition and trek through the snow to help deliver. Excuse me for one sec. Sorry, I had to kind of silence that. There is a lot of like, it brought me Balto, and it's just talking about how like the dogs had to go like all the way through the snow to help deliver this medicine, and they're right, there was like a lot of little perils and things along the way, but they have a job, and that is to get the healing to the village, to the kids that are sick, that need it. And that's exactly what this vibe is right here, Aries. It's like, so you're on, it just said you're on a quest. It just said like you're on a quest, and this is all part of your quest. And so where you feel like you're kind of going all over the place and you're very much in a transition phase within your ideas, the whole thing is like you're on a quest to figure out what you need to do to kind of answer this calling that you really feel. And it literally just said, take your time. It said, Spirit wants you to take your time. This is a Knight of Pentacles, the most stable knight in the deck. Very steadfast, very true, but moves a little slow, okay? His horse is laden down with a whole bunch of heavy gold. And this is essentially earth energy. So what it's just saying is like there's some things that need to be nurtured and grown, and this quest might take a little while, but it is very, very solid and real because there's that pinnacle. It's also implying that, right, this might one day become, it just said nonprofit, like a business. There's things here that you definitely want to take your time on because it can grow into something really good. And that's the whole thing, is that it's also saying how like this ship is kind of technically sailing this way and then this knight is riding this way. It's like the things that you're in transition of, that you're questing for, are also making their way to you. So it's just saying that like continue answering this call and doing what you're doing, because of the fact that as you move along, you are attracting the very success and the very growth of this idea and this concept that you're seeking in a very, very real way. This is literally talking about like maybe like people recognizing your calling, offering you a job, offering you something to help you with your own cause, offering you money, paying for services. There's something here very much about like all of this coming to you. So let's get some clarifier. Oh, look, this is awkward. I don't know. I can't even do it. They like flew up on my chest, right at my heart. Like these three cards, like right here. Like they're like on my chest at my heart. This one right here. This one right here. It just started giving me My Chemical Romance, The Black Parade, for this card. The chorus, and it's like, we'll carry on, and though you're broken and defeated, it's like your weary widow marches on. It's just very much about that perseverance. And that's kind of what that broken and defeatedness is. Like, it's like, that's what I mean. It's like you can feel and sense the whole conflict of the world. Some of it is very serious, right? This Five of Wands is most importantly, there's a bit of a definition here where it's saying like these young men could be training. They could be practicing for a fight. It doesn't have to actually be conflict. It could very much just be like young men out there playing their fights like they do. So there, and that's where I was talking about some of this like conspiracy theory stuff and just like all people having different information. Some of this is like a serious fight, and some of this is not. Some of this is worthwhile, and some of this is fake. Some of this is real competition and confrontation, and some of this is just like not even worth your time. There's a couple, and it's like you can sense all of that, right? Very much having it on the 7 and the 6, and now we got a 5. It's like literally like a little pyramid, like a countdown, like 5, 6, 7. Just brought up like square dancing for some reason, like 5, 6, 7, 8, and that's what I mean. It's like you're doing this dance with what feels like society as a whole, the world as a whole, maybe something even smaller, but it definitely feels more like a huge collective message for you with all these foreign languages. And it just feels like you're just paying attention to like the whole freaking world. And again, with this sun, it's like you're very much enlightened and happy and finding this purpose. Again, there is a child here. There's that child energy. It's like you have really found your purpose. And I feel like it really does have to do with kind of like working with children. And it's like you're getting all of this together. You're figuring it out. It just brings you so much joy. Like, this is your calling. You know what it is. And you sense all of this strife and conflict in the world and misinformation and miscommunication. And you sense that some of this is fake and some of it is serious. And it's like, that's where all these swords come in your mind. You're sorting out what's worthwhile facing, what is not, what are you moving away from, what are you moving towards. But you ultimately have this one giant sword, which is just that core truth of this is your calling, and you know this is what you're supposed to do, and you know that's what you're going after. And when you do those things, Spirit is saying it might feel like you're going back and forth for a while, but trust it, there's some good things coming to you. You're attracting very solid results to yourself. And that's where this Death card comes in. There are some things that are just going to have to end in life and have to go away. It's very much bringing up like people. There might be some people you have to cut out of your life, or just situations that have to go. And again, look, there's more kids right here, and the kids are fine, right? And this church figure is very respectful of this death. And so this is a whole recognition over here of just like understanding that some things are worth saving. Even death has not taken these children. He is just moving forward. He's taken this king. This crown has actually fallen off. So this is like, in the more negative respect, you would think of like a bad king, someone that's not ruling right, you know? The Death card can kind of freak people out, but it feels like Aries, almost like you are this Death Rider. Like, you're the one that's like, we are not dealing with any of this stuff anymore. I know what my truth is, and we're working towards it. And that's what I mean. There's that Knight of Pentacles. It's coming to you. Now you're on your horse riding to it. Major things kind of shifting, transforming for sure. Death energy for sure. Something's going to end. I just said something. Something's going to end. And like, you'll know what it is. It did kind of mention coronavirus there, like there's going to be an end of that. One day we'll get there kind of thing, right? And also equating that to this, it's like, again, with just feeling the whole world, it's like you feel this energy in the world too, but that's where it wants you to recognize that this energy exists within you, and it can exist in very positive ways. And when you become death, it simply is like you not putting up with people's shit no more. Certain things just have to end. Certain people or situations or things just have to go from your life, and you were just on that horse and you just keep on moving forward, because death doesn't stop for anybody, right? That, woo, Spirit, that was the last line that I love. It's like, death doesn't stop for anybody, right? So that's what I mean. It's like, you have to be this figure. You have to be this horse. What are you the death of? Whatever this kind of energy is that you're sensing in your life or the world around you. And that's your calling, and that's your cause. And that's what Aries, this was very, very, very direct for you guys. It didn't want to be wishy-washy at all. Like, you very, very certainly feel this calling within you. So that's really cool. I'm digging that for you guys. Let me know how that resonates. And wow, that was so short compared to my other ones. Anyway, y'all have a great day, and I'll catch you guys later. Thank you.